All right, it is time now for our Hog Recruiting Report with Otis Kirk. He joins us right now over the phone to talk some Arkansas football recruiting. And let's start off with Armond Bey, a three-star O-lineman, top 2021 target right now for Arkansas. Why is that?
Well, he's a player that Arkansas he's one that Arkansas really wanting to sign. Tara, he is a priority for the offensive line. They've got 3 committed. They're trying to get 4. He would be the 4th one if they can get him. He has been chosen to play in the 2021 All-America Bowl and on January the 9th down in San Antonio. That we're assuming that game will be held. I mean, right now I guess it's scheduled to be held. He's got Arkansas in his top 5, and he's not afraid. He's from Brooklyn, New York, but he's not afraid to go away from home. You got Arkansas, Arizona State, Ole Miss, Louisville, and West Virginia are right there in the mix for him. I think Arkansas's got a good chance. If I had to guess, and it would be a guess, but if I had to just guess on him, I'd say it's going to come down to Arkansas and Arizona State. And I don't know which way he's leaning right now. He's really probably not leaning either way because he's one that's really holding off in hopes that he can get some business in before he makes a decision, because he said that's a very important part of the decision, which it is, and he wants to take some business, but whether he'll get to or not, I don't know. I mean, it's just a strange season for that.
Well, TJ Shanahan is an O-lineman from the 2023 class. This kid is a sophomore right now, and he has 28 offers. Where does Arkansas stand in that right now?
They're in the mix simply because he knows the coaches. He knew Coach Pittman when he was at Georgia. This kid is big time. Tom Lemming has him rated the #1 offensive lineman in the class of 2023. He's from Florida, from Orlando, and Timber Creek High School. They opened their season with a big win this past Friday night. He's going to be able to go anywhere he wants to go. He's a very nice kid, very good student, just a smart kid, and obviously super talented on the field. If you've watched his video, he just dominates, and he's really good beyond his years. He's 6'5", 310. I mean, we can just say God bless this kid pretty well when he put him on earth, because I mean he's going to have he can name his school. He's already got, as you say, he's got 28 offers, and he in #1 offensive lineman in his class, and just dominates. And so it'll be interesting. I mean, he likes the Florida schools, but he told me he's not against going away from home. He really wants to check out Arkansas because he loved what Pittman did. He watched Coach Pittman get 2 first-round draft picks in the 2020 NFL draft, and he watched 2 of his offensive linemen go in the first round, and that really grabbed his attention. Plus what Coach Pittman did at Georgia. And also, and I can say this for the state, too. They both mentioned to me, Tara, this week when I talked to them, that Arkansas naming an offensive line coach to be the head coach really caught their attention, because a lot of times it's a former quarterback or former offensive coordinator, or even if a defensive back or something. A lot of times offensive line coaches don't get named head coaches in college, and that really caught both these guys' attention. So that's another factor that's going in Arkansas's favor right there.
Well, one more guy we want to talk about is Raymond Cottrell, a 4-star wide receiver out of Florida, and he just recently put Arkansas in his top 8.
Yeah, and he's the #4 receiver in the 2023 class. This kid is got good size, good hands. He just does a little bit of everything. What's got his attention is Scott Fountain. Scott Fountain recruited him. He knows him from when he was at Georgia, and that's the good thing about some of these Florida kids, because they're familiar with these guys, with the coaches that were at Georgia, and so he likes Arkansas. He last year he played as a freshman, caught 29 passes for 475 yards, and had 9 rushes. As a freshman down there at that high school, so he can do a lot of things. He can do a lot of things that most people that age just aren't capable of doing that well. So, but that's Coach Fountain's recruiting him, and hopefully, can get him on campus for a visit in the next couple of years, and before he makes a decision, and see what he can do. And people didn't get to read his story. The others are Arkansas, Auburn, Florida State, Georgia, Georgia Tech, South Carolina, Miami, and Tennessee. Not often a kid that is a sophomore has a top 8. I mean, they're usually more, just starting to get offers, and he's already started narrowing it down. It tells you a pretty mature kid. As I said, he started as a freshman for that team, so that tells you a lot about him. So it's just, he's fast. Got good size. He's a total package. So, I mean, he's what you want in a wide receiver. And I'm sure Coach Stepp will start helping Coach Fountain on this kid when they can really start bearing down on him and make him know that Arkansas is a place they'd like to see him end up.
And lastly, the NCAA has extended the dead period once again. How far did they push it back this time, and exactly how does it impact the Razorbacks?
The rest of the year. It's the rest of the year. And the thing about it is, the good thing about it is it's fair for everybody, but it's really not fair for anybody, because when I say that is I'm not trying to be smart aleck. I'm just saying that it's tough for the kids, because they're going to have to make a decision in all likelihood on a school they haven't ever been to. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the Arkansas commitments have visited Arkansas at one time or another. But in every school, what I'm saying, is playing under the same rules. So that's the good part. The bad part is it forces kids to choose schools they haven't ever seen in many cases, and others coaches to take kids that they've really never met in person. So it's tough, but it's kind of like I was talking about earlier about, right now that game schedule. Everything is kind of tentative right now. This is through January the 1st, so it's the rest of the year. This is the way it is. And Coach Pittman made a good point the other night. We asked him about this, and, he mentioned, hey, if the kids want to sign early, they can. But if they wait till the later signing period, there's no guarantee this thing's going to get removed in January. I mean, the way it's headed, I don't know that they're going to be allowed to take business in January. So it may not be any different for the traditional signing period. So it's just a strange year. 2020 has been that in many ways, and then recruiting certainly did not get left out when you put the word strange before the year 2020.
Well, Otis Kirk, thank you so much for your time and your insight, as always. That's going to do it, though, for our recruiting report. We'll see you next week.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Terry.